What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are on our way to
Overland Expo Northwest.
That's right. And this is our first time at an Overland Expo of any kind. And so in this video, we're going to share our experience. We're going to share with you what is it actually like to go to an Overland Expo event. And we've got a camping pass. We're going to camp. We're going to hang out. We're going to check out the vendors. We're going to see what it's like. And we're going to share with you our experience as a first-time attendee to an Overland Expo event. So stick with us. If you haven't been to an event, you're thinking about going to one, hopefully this will help you get an idea of what to expect and what it's like. So let's go.
Overland Expo, next right.
Hello. Weekend camping class?
You're in the right spot. It's right. You see the pink flag on the ground. You see the little pathway with the guy with the vest and the flag. Looks like we're in.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right, so we made it to our assigned camp spot here. You can probably see behind me, we've got Christine and I over here. We've got Connolly and Michelle right next to us. And a couple first impressions. I will say that getting here was really easy. The people who are working here did a great job of guiding us in and getting us to our spot. In terms of the size of the spot, so I would say the size of the spot is about double the width of the Lexus. So it's about the same length and double the width. So we've got just enough room for us, for the truck, and probably for our tent. So if you're expecting a large space or you're expecting not to be right next to your neighbor, this is probably not what you're looking for, but of course it's festival style camping, so this is what you're gonna get. Next impression that I think is super cool is many years ago, in a past life, I went to Burning Man a couple of times, and this reminds me of the Overland version of Burning Man. And what I mean by that is that, yeah, you're right on top of your neighbor. There are people everywhere. There will be more people here. We're here on Thursday, but everybody that's here is here for the same reason. They're all here because they're into this hobby. They're all here to have a good time, and all of our neighbors, without exception, that we've met so far are super cool. I think we're gonna have a great time hanging out with them over the next couple of days. So that sense of camaraderie already, even though we've only been here for a few hours, I think is a real bright spot here. So we'll keep you updated. Tomorrow, the exhibitors will open and we'll be able to go and check out all of the different vendors and booths and see what's going on. So we'll explore that more tomorrow. So for tonight, we're just gonna kind of relax. We're gonna hang out, we're gonna make some dinner, and have a lazy evening here. Good morning. It's Friday. It's the official start of Overland Expo Northwest, at least in terms of going inside and checking out what the vendors have going on and getting into the show. So we are super excited for that. We had a lot of fun yesterday just hanging out with everybody who is here. Everybody is just geeking out basically over the same stuff. So it's always fun to be around so many people who have a common interest. And I think today's gonna be a great day.
We are not even like 10 yards into the expo, and these fools already have their hands full.
I'm gonna get a hat, a custom Toyota hat. And then I'm gonna get lots of emails about promotional items. And they asked if I'm in the market to buy a truck, and I said, yeah, I am. Give me my hat. Yeah, you want to tow it?
No.
We just spent the last few hours walking around the expo, and first impressions, I would say, man, there's a lot to see. It is, well, frankly, it's a little overwhelming, I think. There's so much stuff to see. Got to meet a couple of people that I really admire. Got to meet Donald from Soft Roading the West, who has an amazing YouTube channel. Got to meet Jason from Primal Outdoors, both super nice guys. And so that was fun. And saw a lot of really interesting things, for sure. Saw a lot of things that could be very dangerous for the wallet. But so far, we have shown restraint, but it was definitely a lot of fun, a lot to see. I could definitely see spending a couple days here and probably still wouldn't be able to see everything. So you kind of have to pick and choose. But yeah, initial impressions were, it is like Disneyland for overlanders, that's for sure.
It was pretty cool to see all the stuff that is available to you. I didn't realize that you could get a huge oven, or you could do these amazing things with your rig. Big, huge pop-up tents and awnings and tires that are bigger than me and Jeff combined. So yeah, pretty cool.
So what are your first impressions after going in for the first time?
Well, camping here, thankfully they have porta potties. So as soon as you walk through those doors, they have real restrooms with real sinks.
That's pretty awesome. I totally agree with that.
Michelle, your first impressions?
Honestly, I didn't think that there was going to be much that I wanted to buy. I was kind of like, eh. But walking in, I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. So
Yeah.
I want to buy a lot of stuff.
They were concerned about me buying everything. That's the first thing I had to stop Michelle.
I'm like, look at this oven.
She stopped at the pet booth and she just like, can we get another one of these? And I'm like, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Well, it's the end of our day, first full day here at the Overland Expo. We've got happy hour going on right now behind us, and so we're just enjoying a delicious cold adult beverage and just kind of recapping the day. We saw a lot of stuff today. Christine bought a scuttle, so we didn't get off completely scot-free, but we're actually really excited about it. We're gonna use it for the first time tomorrow, so we're looking forward to that. And overall, it was a great day. We saw a ton of cool stuff. There's a ton of inspiration here if you're looking to figure out a build or something like that. So I would say if you are coming here and you're just getting started and you're trying to figure out a build for your rig, this is a great place to come and get inspiration. And even if you already have a lot of stuff, this is a great place to find that those one or two extra little things that kind of put it over the top. So super fun day, glad we came, and I think we'll be back.
Well, good morning. It is Saturday morning at Overland Expo, and we're actually just finishing up our time here. We're in the middle of making breakfast and tearing down camp so that we can hit a trail and find a camp spot for one more night before we all end up going home. It's been a lot of fun. I imagine this will not be the only expo that we go to. We've met some really cool people and gotten to check out some cool rigs and just see all the different possibilities when it comes to setting up your rig.
We just left Overland Expo Northwest after a weekend spent there. Now that we've left, what's your number one takeaway? Like, what is the thing that you would tell people who haven't been, who are thinking about going?
I really liked the community. I mean, we go out overlanding with our friends who are really into it, but to be in a place where there are so many people who are into overlanding, I think was, to me, the coolest part. I mean, it was cool to see vendors and all these crazy rigs and all of that and all the products that you can get, but to me, it was really the community that stood out. We met some amazing people. We met some people who have been watching our videos, which was pretty cool. We got to meet a couple, the older couple that was next to us. They are doing what I think Jeff and I are hoping to do at some point in our lives, maybe when we get to their age. And last night at happy hour, we got to meet a couple who they quit their jobs, 3 years ago?
Yep.
And they ride 2 up on a motorcycle, and they've gone through like 3 different continents.
Yep.
And it was awesome to chat with them, because I think that's also something that we've talked about doing as well. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool to meet some really awesome people in the Overland community. So that's my big takeaway from going to Overland Expo.
Yeah, I mean, my big takeaway is exactly the same thing. It's the people. Just like you said, it's really neat to see things and get inspired. I will say, not only the people, but also everyone was sharing their build. So
Yeah.
everyone that we were camped near was super like accommodating, and if you had a question about something, they'd like invite you in and they'd show you their whole build. And we had people asking us about our setup and our drawer system, and so just talking through that with people, a lot of good inspiration and ideas from other people's rigs, and you really get to see that there's no one-size-fits-all approach.
No.
Right? Everybody has their own way of doing it, and it's really neat because there's some really different and unique things out there, but they all work.
Yeah.
Right? It's just what's best for your use case and your situation.
There's no one right way to do anything,
No.
and this weekend just showed it.
Yes, absolutely. And so I would say that was probably a really big one there. And yes, the people, the community were just, it was so much fun to be around that many people who are all interested in the same thing. Everyone's sharing their passion, everyone's geeking out, everyone's having a good time. And like you said, we meet people who are doing things that most people would think is insane, right? Riding a motorcycle 2 up through Africa, through South America, living on their motorcycle. And it's so inspirational, and to me, it takes down some of those barriers that we put up when we talk to people like that are doing those types of things, and we realize that they're no different than we are. Like, if they could do it, we could do it. And it's the same thing if you've never overlanded before. A couple of our neighbors really had never done it before, and so for them to be able to get inspiration and see, like, for us to kind of get to share our story with them and just inspire them to hopefully get out and get going, really cool. So yeah, 100% the community. To me, that makes it worth it. I'll probably go back. I think we'll go back
again.
just for the community itself. And of course, the show is really neat, and you can spend a lot of money, and you can buy a lot of things, and you can see some rigs that are just ridiculous. But yeah, 100% the community. So yeah, there it is. There's our video, our first impressions, and what it's really like going to an Overland Expo event. Hopefully this gave you some ideas. Hopefully this was helpful. And I guess we're gonna call the video there. That's it. We're done.